Hello, everyone. Can everyone hear me? How is everyone doing? Hi, San, Glenn, Bun, Celine, Right Place, Wrong Person, JVH, Anna, Mira, Sahi, Pi, Pluto, Nam, Heart, 7N. How is everyone doing? I'm good. I'm happy. I'm excited. Hi, Bora. You never replied to my comments. I'm sorry, Nikki. Maybe I don't notice them. Um, but hi, how are you doing? How is everyone doing? Better than 2 days ago? Definitely. Yeah, so I realized that the stream on Monday um caused a lot of reactions. And I mean, I understand, but I didn't know how many armies. It's not just that they don't want to vote, but they also think that the ones who vote, they shouldn't be doing it because they are losers. And he's like, okay, sure. The stream was fine. I also think that it was fine. I mean, I was frustrated, but also um I don't know, it was still an interesting stream to have, I think. Ain't no way. Yes, like look at the comments. Some people are still going. Some people are still fighting in the comments. Yeah, I didn't know how many people think like that. So, I mean, it's okay. It's okay. I mean, I know a lot of armies, and I do consider them armies, who really don't have any time to vote or stream or everything like that. But I know that they would not encourage others to do the same as they do. It's just that it's not their thing. It's not their thing. So if it's not your thing, you you think like that and you move on. You don't disencourage others and insult them and call them all this kind of stuff. So for example, I said this already. I really don't care about photo cards. Um, I have different opinions about people who collect photo cards, not necessarily, but I personally don't like collecting photo cards and stuff like that. But I would never say that the ones who do it are losers and they have like, and I start calling them like all of these things. So, yeah, sorry I'm late. You're not late. I just started. So yeah, I mean, this was the plan that I had for Monday that I changed last minute. So we're doing it today because it's still a fun topic to talk about. So before I actually start with the predictions, I wanted to read some exciting stuff. So you guys probably have seen this already. Notice BTS members discharge Suga. Finally, guys, we did it. We got all of the discharge notices. This is the last one. War is over. We did it. And yeah, this is very, very exciting. So whatever Bora predicts won't come true. That is a conspiracy theory that I will talk about in a second. But those are lies. Those are people lying about my name and my predictions. But I'll talk about it in a second. So it says, hello, this is Big Kid Music. We're excited to bring you the news of Suga's upcoming social work discharge. Suga is close to completing his service as a social work personnel and will soon be discharged. No special events are planned on the day of Suga's discharge. Overcrowding can pose safety risks, and we sincerely request our fans not to visit the sites in person. Please convey your warm regards and encouragement in your hearts. We are always grateful for your unwavering love and support for Suga. Our company will continue to put our utmost effort into supporting our artists. Thank you once again for your continued love and support for BTS. So this is it, guys. We did it. um, when I read this, first of all, I don't know why I've been paying a lot of attention to my phone. Maybe subconsciously, is that the word? Subconsciously, I was waiting for this notice. We didn't know if we were going to get a notice about Yoongi's discharge because people said he's not going to get discharged, and I guess the correct word is discharge. It's just social work discharge instead of military discharge. So social work discharge. So I was waiting for a notice, but at the same time trying to calm myself and say maybe there's not going to be a notice because it's not military discharge, so we don't really know. So when I received the notification, I was paying attention to all my notifications during those hours, and I got a notification and I cannot believe it. I ran to Weavers. It was so exciting. And we finally did it. JDW, thank you so much. Hope Yoongi is okay and knows how much Army love him. I think he knows because I was also a little worried about that. I was worried about, you know, how Yoongi 2 years ago, he said, see you in 2025. And he was nowhere to be seen in 2 years. But on J-Hope's concert, he seemed very happy. He was making like some hearts and he seemed very excited. And he was singing, he was dancing to Mic Drop and other songs. And he was just laughing, and I think he knows. I think he knows. I think he's happy. I think he's excited to see armies again. So I think he is. I think he knows. Remember to vote on M Countdown Live tonight. Yes, I have the links on the description of this stream. Also, I wanted to say something. Monday's stream, genuinely, like, go to the comment section. I just couldn't read all the comments. When there's a stream, there's usually not as many comments as there is in a video. So I tend to read like most of the comments on the streams. But this time I just couldn't. I couldn't because there were so many and it was getting crazy. So I noticed that someone was spamming on the chat. I didn't notice at the time, but looking back, I noticed now. There were a couple of people saying, why are you doing all of this for J-Hope and not for Jen during the Don't Say You Love Me? Why are you doing this now and not with Jen? Why are you doing this now and not with Jen? Why are you? They kept repeating the same phrase over and over again. And when I was live, I did not notice. But then in the comments, people were also saying the same thing. It was like two people. And this is what I responded. Guys, I do mention the votings occasionally, usually on Fridays. I mentioned the votings during the Don't Say You Love Me era. I did. Go back to those streams. I mentioned them just more casually. I also did the same during Mona Lisa and Sweet Dreams. However, now it's more important. That is the reality. Now it's more important because J-Hope is going to be there performing. Jin was not performing on the shows during the Don't Say You Love Me era. Also, J-Hope did not perform Mona Lisa or Sweet Dreams. So, yes, we needed to vote, but it was not as urgent as it is right now. That is the only difference. It's just that I feel like maybe sometimes it's not people's intention. It is some people's intention, but other armies, I believe they are armies, but maybe when you have a bias and you have a very strong bias towards one member, sometimes you see things that are really not there. Um, because you concentrate so much on this one member that is your bias. It's like your these people are not solo stans a lot of the times. And I'm not accusing them of being solo stans. It's just that sometimes your bias blinds you from reality. Um, it's not that I avoided this with Jen and now with J Hope is more important because it's J Hope. No, I acted the same way with Sweet Dreams and Mona Lisa. I was like, okay, you can vote, but I was not like super on it because he was not performing. J Hope was not performing back then. Now he is performing. So now it's a different situation. And sometimes I feel like these people are armies. Like I believe them. I believe them. But sometimes when you have such a strong bias is you need to think 2 times before accusing of things like this. Wanda OT7, thank you so much for your donation. Let me give you a heart. What's a diet solo? Honestly, people keep repeating that, but I don't know. Is it what I'm describing right now? Because I really don't know. So yeah, I just wanted to clarify that because I didn't notice until I checked the comments and then I checked the chat. Like it was like 2 people. They were, of course, with their gym profiles, and I believe they are armies. I do. It's just as like I mentioned, sometimes your bias, like you have such a strong bias that it blinds you from reality. That's it. You need to um pay more attention to everything. And that is why I will never say my bias because even though I do have a bias, I would never um go to this extreme of accusing everyone because you're not paying like full attention to my bias. I will never say who my bias is because of people like this. And also, I do have a bias, but it's not like it's not this priority that I have over the other members. So you don't want people to have a misconception of you. Exactly. I know Bora's bias. You don't know because I've never said. And some people guessed one time, and so many people were like wrong. I understood your urgency. I also agree with you, Bora. Hobby is performing on these shows. Voting is very important at this time. I love Jin and J-Hope, but I totally get it. Exactly. Like I mentioned, I promoted for Don't Say You Love Me votings just as much as I did for J-Hope's Sweet Dreams and Mona Lisa. Because yes, it's important to vote for all of those, but it's not the same situation as now. They were not performing. So I just mentioned it on some Fridays. Um the votings. I mentioned the votings on some Fridays more occasionally. Um, Now it's more urgent. That is the only difference. And you will notice this if you were not as concentrated on why were you not paying attention to my bias? And it's like, you need to calm down. I also did not pay as much attention to Sweet Dreams and Mona Lisa on these music shows because of the same reason. He was not performing. So, end of the story. I also think people now misunderstood what a bias is. Like a lot of people say they have a bias, but they don't care about a group. Yes, but I do know from these 2 people commenting a lot about Jen and like you need to say something about this because you did not do this for Jen. one of these, maybe it's a solo stem, but the other, it looks like it's a OT7. It's a BTS fan, but their bias is Jin. So I think it's also a no, it's not a ballet reaction. I'm sorry. Um, I understand why they think like this. I do believe that they are OT7 and I do believe that they are a BTS fan. It's just that sometimes um, you prioritize your bias so much that you forget and you misconstruct people's opinions and actions. Okay. For a bias is Marcos, guys. Um, People keep repeating Marcos. I don't see Marcos. Okay, so very, very exciting. Yoongi's discharge last notice. Also, I wanted to talk about this before I start doing the predictions. Um, there are some anonymous sources talking about a date, a month of when the the BTS comeback is going to be. And I just want to let you know, these are anonymous sources that we should not trust at all. Because, first of all, the anonymous source comes from the Korea Herald. And the Korea Herald, they have talked complete. Wait a second. I have this. They have talked complete about Yoongi. See what I did there? I have my soundboard here. Thank you. And not just Yoongi, but in general, they are just weird with BTS's news. They do predictions that are completely wrong. And it's just ridiculous that so many people, like these news, quote unquote news from an anonymous source for hype, is saying, oh yeah, their comeback is going to be this month and it's going to be like, that is just ridiculous. And the fact that it was reported on Enemy is very disappointing to me, because I like Enemy, this newspaper, but yeah, they are just reporting what the Korea Herald reported on based on an anonymous source from Hype. This is not how this works. This is not how this works. You should not believe it at all. Yeah, people are saying like Hive shareholders reports. This is not how this works. Hive shareholders, they cannot report on these kind of things. Like they don't have any insight. They're even saying, yes, BTS is going to be on this show and this other show, and then they're going to do a pre-release single and then an album and then a tour. And it's like they have no idea. You should not believe them at all. They always come up with these lies that end up being not true, because if you remember, last year, or maybe it was the beginning of this year, they were saying, oh, like BTS is going to come back in, what was it, February or January? They're going to come back January of 2026. They created it out of their mind. Like they completely, what's the word? It's a complete lie, because now they're changing it. And now when they're going to keep changing it until something hits the truth. They're making it up. Exactly. Made up. Fabricated. Exactly. They're just fabricating everything. They're making up everything. And this is the reality. They are making it up because the BTS members don't even know. The BTS members don't even know. So, for example, J-Hope was recently on this radio show. I don't know if you guys have watched it. It was some hours ago, I believe. So it says, the interviewer asked, around when are you going to do the full group? And J-Hope responded, for that, I don't think I can say this rashly, but I think we'll work quickly and come back with good music soon. That's what everyone is doing. Namjoon said it, Taeyeon said it, now J-Hope is saying it, that they are working they're going to start working on something fast, but they don't really know when this is going, like when the music comeback is going to be released. Then the interviewer says, from what I see, the way you talk about it, you don't have any definite plans yet. And J-Hope laughs and says, as expected, so Manim, you got a clear insight. So J-Hope doesn't even know. They don't even know. And also it's crazy to say, yes, their next comeback is going to be this month of this year. When the members were discharged from the military a couple of days ago. Like they cannot do a lot of in a couple of days. Like that is crazy. The fact that they're saying like dates and all of this. It's just ridiculous. It's completely ridiculous. The fact they're saying months and years, that's crazy. I believe BTS, by the way Namjoon is talking, by the way Taeyong is talking, Jimin and Jungkook is talking, by the way J-Hope is talking, it seems like they don't know if they're even going to do a song, album, if they're going to wait for a tour. They don't know. So how can the media know? They are liars. They lied on Yoongi's name. They lie about this entire situation. They are lying. They keep lying and they are liars. And you should not listen to them. They hate BTS. They do this all the time. Why are people spreading this news? These are not news. These are rumors from an anonymous source from Hype. That is crazy. That is crazy. You should not believe them. Believe J-Hope. The interviewer then said, are the BTS members all together already? And J-Hope said, yes. Now maybe that they've all been discharged, I think we'll be slowly starting to prepare for team activities. And then the interviewer says, army from all over the world extremely waiting for it. And J-Hope said, yeah, I felt it during my world tour this time too. And there were so many fans who were really waiting. So once again, trust BTS. They don't even know. And they are not lying. You know why they're not lying? Because they were just discharged from the military days ago. Days ago. How can they know? Like this anonymous source is ridiculous because this anonymous source is saying, yes, BTS is going to go to this American show and this other American show, and they're going to do a pre-release single this month and then a comeback album this month. And it's like, that is ridiculous. The BTS members don't even know. The BTS members don't even know. How can you believe them? How am I seeing this news like being spread? It's crazy. When I started doing this for these predictions stream, I did a community post and people already were saying things about these fake news as if like, oh, like you see that they were saying that, so I believe like I'm going to base my predictions on this rumor, which is not even a rumor. It's completely made up. It's completely made up. So trust BTS only. Trust BTS only. And also, don't you want to be a little surprised? Why are you even sharing these fake news from horrible sources that have made so much damage, have done so much damage to BTS? So yeah, don't listen to them. It's false. They don't even know. Okay. Whew. Okay, so let's start with the predictions. Okay, so this is the thumbnail. If you guys watched it, I showed it on Monday because I was planning to do this on Monday, but I had to change it. But it's still okay, I guess. What do you think about my thumbnail? Sahi, thank you so much. Thanks, Bora, for being relatable and trustworthy source. A relatable and trustworthy source for us, Army. I like your content a lot and the streams are so fun. Besos desde Argentina. Besos a ti de vuelta a Argentina. Muchas gracias por ver los streams. Thank you everyone that supports this channel. And especially to Sahi right now. Taeyong's so cute. I was thinking, I had this idea about the predictions because I remember that Taeyong had this photo shoot and so many iconic pictures from this photo shoot don't include these, what's this called? Like a vision ball. I don't know how to say that. What's the word? Like this ball that sees the future. Um, but then I found this one. But the ball was too small to put BTS in there. So I put a crystal ball, exactly. So I put BTS in a bigger crystal ball. I don't know how I came up with this, but I think it's cute. It's fun. This is cinema. AI could never recreate this. Exactly. AI could never recreate this. Um I created this. So, yeah. Okay, let's start with your prediction. This is what you guys commented on this community post. And after we finish, you can also leave your predictions if you didn't include anything here on the chat. Also, I was not able to include every single comment because there were too many. So, and some of them were repeated. So I only included the ones that I could. So let's start with the first one. They'll definitely be wilder. They might go back to their hip hop roots, but we can also expect a lot because of how unpredictable the boys are. They have said this multiple times that they want to show their more mature sides of themselves now. So I wonder what that mature is. Explicit music, more serious lyricism, whatever it's going to be, we will show up. Another comment says, I predict the industry will once again feel threatened when BTS out of nowhere pull a Yamaneka money, wearing eyeliner and $3 change on their very first reunion performance. A full circle moment, you know? So some people believe that they're going to do a full circle moment and start like do a reference to their first song. I think that can be fun. But honestly, I don't see it. Now, let's just start with what everyone is talking about. My predictions always go the opposite way. Now, wait a second. That is a complete lie. That is a complete lie because here's the thing. I have the streams. So I just talk and talk and talk about BTS. So I mention every single opinion that I have, like every single thought that crosses my mind. I say all of them. Okay. So I would say like a lot of them don't become a reality, but a lot of them do. So those are lies. Not all of my predictions go wrong. Just a lot of them go wrong, go the opposite way. But it's just because I talk about my predictions a lot. And it's not just about BTS comeback predictions. I made predictions on J-Hope's tour. I made predictions on his performances. I made predictions on Jin's Echo album. And I was wrong a lot of times, yes, but not every single time. I just give my opinions too much, like too many times. And people remember the ones when I'm wrong. But it's not that I'm always wrong, it's that I just talk too much. Whatever you say, no. Most are wrong. That is a lie. That is a lie because you guys just remember whenever I'm wrong. You guys just remember whenever I'm wrong. But a lot of my predictions become right. A lot of my predictions happen. Bora is copying hard. Excuse me. Pro yapper. Listen, when it comes to BTS, I just talk and talk and talk about BTS. Like every single thought that comes through my mind, I just say it. I don't think they will do such pure hip hop. It's kind of too simple for them. I don't really know because I don't know. Just based on vibes, because once again, we don't know, and BTS always surprise us. BTS always surprise us. So just based on vibes, I would say no. I don't believe they will do like a full circle moment and go back to their first sound or something related to that first sound. But some people in the comments were saying that they believe they will do this. Um and because according to you guys I'm always wrong, maybe they will end up doing it because I'm saying that this is not going to happen. So entirely, Teresa, thank you so much for your comment. Quarter 3, 2025. Jin Tour, Jungkook album, quarter 2025. The most beautiful moment in life, 10 years, repackaged, 2 new group tracks. Jungkook solo tour, quarter 1, 2026. BTS album or another member solo tour. Quarter 2, 2026. BTS tour or album. Okay. So, what do I think about this? So the Jin tour part is not a prediction; it's a reality. We're going to get Jin's tour during quarter 3. At the most beautiful moment in life repackage, maybe I'm going to be completely booed right now, and maybe I'm wrong, and hopefully I'm wrong. Now I am unsure if they will do something related to the most beautiful moment in life. But that is a good thing because according to you, all my predictions go wrong, or go the opposite way. So maybe you are right. Maybe you are right. I think you may be onto something. Now, a lot of people are saying like solo tours and stuff like that. I think apart from Jin's tour, maybe another small tour like Jin, but just one more. I don't know if 2 more tours. The thing that Namjoon said, these are his words. These are Namjoon's words, Taeyeon's words, and J-Hope's words, is that they're going to work on something together as soon as possible. And maybe to do that, maybe I can see one more small tour, solo tour, but 2 more solo tours, I just don't see it. I just don't see it. I don't know, but I don't know. Hannah, it's okay, Hannah. No, don't say that. Sorry for making you change the stream, and I was too quick to believe the rumors about their comeback. I had just woken up and was too excited. Hannah, you don't have to apologize. Listen, everyone. Hannah helped me so much with the streams. She sends me updates all the time and sometimes live. So she's very, very helpful, and she was helping me to do something related to Spotify, streaming guides and stuff like that. It's totally fine, Hannah. It's totally fine. And also, I believed that at first, because it was not just one source that said this about, like the reunion is and the comeback is going to be this specific month of this specific year. It was many sources. And once again, as I showed here, this is enemy. This is not just the Korea Herald. They are re-reporting the Korea Herald, yes. But I also believed it because so many army sources on TikTok and Twitter, like everywhere, they were reporting this. And then I learned more about this news, and it was from this source who said lies about BTS previously. So it's not your fault. It's just that we need to calm down more, I think, as a fandom, because it's not your fault. Not every single, but so many army fan bases were promoting, were sharing this article. But yeah. I'm sorry, Bora, but I hope your magic power of making the opposite happen holds, because I really want unit albums. I don't know what else to say to defend myself, because like I mentioned, so many of my predictions have become true. You're all just haters. That's what you guys are. So yeah, maybe you guys are right about one solo tour or 2 solo tours before the full tour. About before the full group tour. I don't see more than one a small one, you know, like kind of like Jin's tour, which is smaller, I guess. I believe 0 or 1, but we'll see what happens. I don't know where I am to get the money to pay for all the solo tours and everything, but I promise I'll make it work. I am in the same place. Because of different situations, I was not able to go to all the solo tours, which is very unfortunate. But I will be at that group tour 1000%. Entirely Teresa, thank you so much. I think HYYH should be sometime in November, and if they release singles or two tracks, it would be eligible for Mama or MMA. That is interesting. I was not thinking of that, but that is a good point. That is a good point. For all of those award shows, maybe they release something. I don't really know. People think that the most logical thing is for them to release one song this year and a full album next year. Now, I don't know about months. I'm just looking at the way BTS has worked before in previous months and in previous years. And they usually take about, there were times when they took like an entire month, just 1 month, to produce an album, music video, like mini album, music video, and everything. But I don't think they will rush into that. So I'm thinking about 3 months to work on something. Now, 3 months to work on one song, I doubt it. We'll see what happens. We don't really know. But all of this is just very, very exciting. Okay, here's the next one. Outside of Korea, I really wish Jimmy Fallon was the first one to interview BTS because he's the biggest fanboy I have ever seen. Another comment says Jimmy Fallon probably will get the first US group interview, but I hope they return to SNL. They are so funny. Now, I've said so many times how much I would love for BTS to go back to SNL, and not just as musical guests, but as a regular guest who also act in some skits and stuff like that. I think it can be very, very fun. Some people thought that the problem is the language barrier, but I feel like they can make it work. I mean, they did one sketch with Bad Bunny, actually, a couple of sketches with Bad Bunny, and he spoke mostly Spanish. And they still like put subtitles, and it was very fun. So I think BTS can do something like that. SNL, I prefer they do their own shows. That is, I respect your opinion, but I have the complete opposite opinion. And let me tell you why. I love whenever BTS does their own shows. I do, and I watch them all the time. But those shows are for us, the fans. People who are new to the fandom, maybe they will watch those shows as well. And maybe they can discover BTS through those shows as well. And that is amazing. That is amazing. But you don't understand the relevance of BTS going to shows, specifically like Jimmy Fallon and SNL. Because as someone who is from Latin America, those shows become so big that those videos on YouTube are watched by millions around the world. And some of the sketches on SNL, some of the skits on SNL are very, very popular. People say that no, like we don't like SNL anymore. It's not funny anymore. I don't care about that. People keep watching those shows. The general public keeps watching those shows. Whenever Bad Bunny is on that show, it appears on my For You page, even though I don't follow him or SNL. It's just the relevance of these shows. The relevance of these shows is huge. And I want BTS to be on those shows. Whenever BTS goes to the Jimmy Fallon show, I think it's very fun. A lot of people watch these shows, maybe not live on TV, but it is a big platform globally. It is a US show, but it's a big platform globally. A lot of people watch those shows, even as YouTube videos. For example, from the general public, if they're going to watch one BTS piece of content that is not related to music, it's not going to be Run BTS. It's going to be the interviews at some of those shows, at some of these shows. So I respect everyone who thinks that they should do their own shows and stuff like that. If I had to choose, I would also say their own shows, like Run BTS and stuff like that. But I do like these shows. I do like BTS going to these shows. I think it's very fun. I think it's entertaining. I think it exposes them to the general public, and not like the most toxic general public, because there are some other platforms that they can go to and the general public will watch them and still receive like negative reaction. But these shows are mostly wholesome. It's okay. People just like them and it can be fun. Okay. I think Colbert Show will also be good. Yes, and I believe BTS still has a good relationship with the Colbert Show. And that's the other thing about this. I keep going back to this, but it's just so ridiculous because some of these sources said that, okay, I'm going to read these, but just letting you know that this is completely fabricated, okay? It says Jimmy Fallon and Colbert Late Show posted about a possible schedule. Lies, like Jimmy Fallon and the Colbert Show didn't say anything about possible schedules. Now, why are they creating this? Because it is very likely to happen just based on BTS's relationship with these shows. If BTS goes to late night shows, they are going to think first of Jimmy Fallon and Colbert Show because they have a good relationship with these shows. Think of Jimmy Kimmel. BTS went one time, never went back because they don't like this show. So if they're going to go to late night shows, it's going to be those two shows. That's it. There's it's pretty obvious. That's what we think, that's what we predict. So that's what these sources also say, like, oh, BTS is going to be go to these shows. So yeah. Why would Jimmy Fallon now know their schedule for a year ahead? Exactly. Exactly, right? If BTS is going to supposedly come back a specific month next year, why would Jimmy Fallon know today? It would be just ridiculous. Especially knowing now that Jin went to the Jimmy Fallon show 2 times within 1 year. And I think it was 6 months apart. I don't remember. But yeah, Jin went to the Jimmy Fallon show 2 times. And where was I going with this? I forgot. Grace Song, thank you so much. Hey Bora, I feel like SNL will be so much fun and it might work really well with their humor and comedic timing, regardless of the language barrier. Yes, I totally agree with you. I think they can work something out. Like I mentioned, there are some Bad Bunny sketches in SNL where he speaks almost 100% Spanish and they write subtitles and that becomes part of the joke. It's very, very fun. And in any case, SNL also has songs, like comedic songs. They've done some comedic songs with Pete Davidson and Sisa. Was it Sisa? I don't remember. But yeah, they have some songs as well. So BTS can do something like that as well. I just wanted to do SNL. Isn't SNL live? Not all of the skits are live. A lot of them are. Um, but for example, sometimes they do skits related to social media, and of course, that is not live. They also do songs that is also not live. They pre-record some sketches, some skits. There is SNL in Korea too. Yes, and it would be fun if BTS goes. It's just that it's not something that I personally expect, because like I mentioned it already. The world doesn't watch SNL Korea. The world watches SNL from the USA. So that's where I want them to go. That's where I want them to do the skits. I'm just excited to see them together in an interview because they improved their English so much. I think they will be able to share more. I'm excited. Yes, I've also noticed that all of them, well, Jin, J Hope, and Jin and J Hope, when they returned from the military and they went to the Jimmy Fallon show, their English has become so much better. So much better. So I think it can be fun. I think it can be fun. I feel like BTS going to the Jimmy Fallon show is pretty obvious by now because this relationship that BTS has with the Jimmy Fallon show, and Jimmy Fallon makes them comfortable in his show, and he has interviewed them also as solo artists. So I think it can be very, very fun. Okay, let's go to the next one. Calico Hair Jimin. So this is something that I see very possible. Now, before someone tells me that my predictions go the other way and I should predict the opposite, when it comes to hairstyles, my predictions have become true, okay? And I believe for this new chapter as BTS, as group BTS, I feel like so many people already said it on the community post. People feel like BTS will keep natural hair colors. But this is a natural hair color with some fun. And it can be possible, I think. It's not too crazy. It's not like colorful, like all pink hair or green hair or blue hair. No, this is a cool hairstyle that doesn't require like a lot of um dyeing of the hair and stuff like that. Leslie G, thank you so much for your comment. Jimin Natural Blonde, the best. I mean, it is true, but Jimin is a natural blonde already. So I think we will expect that sometime soon. Now, for the comeback, I don't know. I feel like Jimin will probably go blonde for the comeback and then calico hair Jimin sometime maybe in the next few years. But I feel like we're going to get calico hair Jimin. They can even just add color extensions too. Yes, I believe they did that. Do you guys remember that picture of Jimin with that with those extensions, like long extensions, and he took a picture and he shared it with armies. And then we realized that was for this specific hairstyle. And the beanie, exactly. It was with a beanie. So I feel like that can be very fun. And they don't have to, in this case, Jimin doesn't have to do any crazy hairstyle color. This this other prediction is the complete opposite. I feel like they'll go to their HYYH era hair colors. I especially want to see orange hair Jimin and Min Yoongi. Maybe they'll do something for their most beautiful moment in life anniversary. Now, I think they will do something, probably something related to the most beautiful moment in life era. Sure. But I don't think they're going to do these crazy hairstyles anymore. Now, because of my predictions go the other way, probably they're going to end up doing it. So who knows, right? But yeah, these hair colors were amazing. Probably for a photo shoot. Do you guys think maybe they will recreate some of these looks for a photo shoot? Maybe not for an entire promotion schedule, but maybe for one photo shoot, maybe for one festa, for one specific project, just one. Maybe they can do that because they have um dyed their hair and used wigs, wore wigs, just for one specific photo shoot or one specific music video. So maybe for one photo shoot, maybe that can be all blonde boys. I think Jin hates blonde. Do you guys remember during the idol era, Jin was supposed to have blonde hair, and Jin's hair grows so fast that was it during the idol era? Jin's hair grows so fast that he said, please, like, don't, he said to the managers, don't, or to the stylist, don't let me have, I don't want to have like the blonde hair. And they let him have black hair, I believe. He wore the blonde wig for Happy Era. And not just for the Happy Era. I don't know if this is real or not, but you guys remember, let's see, the astronaut. For the astronaut era, his hair was like this. Okay, do you guys see here how short his hair is? Look at this hair. This hair is pretty short. But in some pictures, specifically for the music video, look where his hair is. I think this is a wig. This is a wig, in my opinion, because his hair here is too long. During the music video, his hair here is too long. Because during that era, this was his hair. And also, his hair here is more black. This is more brown. So I think this is a wig. He said it was a wig. Okay, so it's not just a theory. It is true. So maybe, like I mentioned, maybe not necessarily for one comeback era that can be months. But maybe for one photo shoot, they can recreate some iconic moments, iconic hairstyles. Nadira Hanif, thank you so much for your comment. Yeah, thank you so much. The back of Jin's hair is thin, so they add extensions to full it out. Yes, I mean, this is the entertainment industry. Everyone has extensions or wigs. It's normal. So, yeah, maybe for a photo shoot, maybe. I think it can be fun. Most members don't prefer dyeing their hair. Yes, especially now. I mean, it's been years and years of dyeing their hair. But now maybe they want to do more natural colors. So maybe for one photo shoot, that's what I'm saying. Maybe for one photo shoot, we can get something like this. Okay, next. Maybe a possibility of Cypher Part 5. Now, this has been repeated so many times, and I have opinions about this. Okay. When I did my own predictions video months ago on my channel, if you want to know my predictions and you don't know, you can go to my channel. I have a video. Let me show you. Where is it? Here. My random predictions for BTS comeback. Here. This is from 8 months ago. I can't believe it's been 8 months. But anyways, in this video, I mentioned my predictions, and in the comments, some people were also sharing their predictions. And a lot of people said, what if we get Cypher Part 5? And some people, it became like a little bit of a discussion in the comment section, because some people responded, I believe BTS is over with that. I'm tired of that prediction because that was from a difficult moment in their lives, and the ciphers are for one specific purpose, and now they don't want to do that anymore. So I don't know, it became kind of like a discussion back then. But this was 8 months ago, and I felt like I kind of agree. Like maybe BTS wants to move on from the ciphers. And now I've come full circle because I feel like it's not that big of a deal. Maybe they will do a Cypher Part 5 at this point. I don't know. I feel like things have changed a lot. And yeah, I used to be in favor of a Cypher Part 5 Then I read those comments saying, no, like it was from a difficult moment in their career. So no more ciphers, please. So I said, okay, maybe I agree with that. And now I've come full circle and I'm like, why not? You know? I don't think that they'll release other cipher or call it a cipher. So that's what I thought 8 months ago. I remember when I read all of those comments, I said, yeah, I kind of agree. I don't think BTS will do like Cypher Part 5. I think they will do something maybe like Ah or like Deng or one rap song with just the rappers, but not called Cypher. But at this point, I don't know. I feel like BTS has gone through a lot of stuff, especially the rap line. They have gone through a lot of stuff. So maybe they do a Cypher Part 5, especially now talking to the media directly. Do you guys remember during the Yet to Come era when they were so passionate and they look angry while rapping the ciphers and in front of Korean media? So yeah, maybe I've changed my mind a little. Maybe they do actually a Cipher Part 5 called Cipher Part 5. But yeah, maybe they don't, and maybe they do like a rap song. I'm not sure. And please then Spotify. Exactly. Okay, here's another one. I hope to see the boys in a brand new season of Bon Voyage and In the Soup. Both are my comfort shows I watch on repeat. Another comment says a travel staycation show with them making music, like they once said in Suchuita, music camp reboot. I think this can be a fun idea. Um, I'm just dying for a new Bon Voyage season. I'm dying for a new Bon Voyage season. Now, some people think it's not realistic. Some people, some other people think that no, like it's fine. They can still do it. They can still travel. It's okay. And I don't know. I don't want to think about it anymore. I just want to see. I'm just going to wait and see what happens. If they don't, I'm okay. I can rewatch Bon Voyage, the four other seasons. It's okay. I can rewatch those. Um, but yeah, that would be my absolute dream. But if not, it's okay. But Jin, yes, Jin mentioned that he wouldn't do Bon Voyage. So maybe we'll get, like these comments are saying, a staycation. And during Sutrita, Yoongi said these music camp reboot. So maybe they go to some location like during In the Soup, and then they work on music together, and maybe they make it a show. I feel like that can also be fun. Why not? So we'll see what happens. Yoongi, thank you, Hannah, for your comment. And yes, Yoongi, are you sure new season maybe or like another unit? I feel like that can also be a possibility. So maybe not Bon Voyage, but maybe like a staycation. So In the Soup or Are You Sure? One of those shows. One of those shows. Maybe another season of Are You Sure? And the other members guest star like Tay did. Um, I'm all for it. Like anything. I'm okay with any of those predictions. Okay. Mm, Here's another comment. I have no idea what kind of music they'll do, to be honest, but I was thinking I was thinking about it for a while now, and I don't think if they know what kind of music they'll do. That's what I'm saying. I feel like they are still, like, they are just talking about it because the members were just discharged from military, And Yoongi was not officially discharged yet, but he will in some hours actually. But to the members, I feel like Yoongi is already with them. I mean, Yoongi was at Hope on the Stage concert, and J Hope said in that interview, "Oh yes, like we're all together now here." So I feel like for BTS, Yoongi is already there with them. The discharge is more formality. Where is it? Here. The interviewer says, "Are the BTS members all together already?" And J Hope said, "Yes." So it seems like for the BTS members, they are already together. For the BTS members, Yoongi is already there. Um, it's just a formality, the social work discharge. So yeah, I feel like they were just reuniting, so they don't know. They themselves don't know. We're predicting on things that they themselves don't know or they're still discussing about. After solo era and military, they come up with more mature music and sexier, I hope. Not that they didn't do mature music before as a group, but I think they will not be holding to the idol image that much. I think it will be more raw, just like their solo stuff. I don't know how to explain this better. For the interviews, I really hope they'll go to the Sex Sin show or Sing Low, the guy from Apple Music. Okay, I'm going to give my opinion about this second interview section of the prediction, but I kind of hope for the same, um, especially this part. I think they will not be holding to the idol image that much. What do you guys think about that? What do you guys think about the BTS holding their idol image? Are they going to continue doing that or not? Because here's my opinion. Maybe during chapter 2 some members did, but not really. I don't know. But especially after the military. Look at Jin, Happy, and Echo. Look at J Hope's 3 new songs. I feel like even if J Hope is performing Killing It Girl at these music shows, J Hope and Jin have both distanced themselves from the idol image in every sense of the word. Because if you really think about other idols after coming back from the military, they release music and they still go to these shows. They still have like promotions on these Korean music shows, and they still do all of these Korean shows and the typical Korean promotions and stuff like that. I feel like with Jin and J Hope, um, their projects after the military, they have distanced themselves from this idol image a lot. A lot. The shirtless pics are too distracting. I'm sorry, it's just that that's what they are talking about. None of those shows would ever say no to a BTS member, even if they dressed like clowns. I mean, you're completely right. Like they would accept any kind of performance from the BTS members. It's just that I genuinely believe that it's just not on BTS's priority list. As solo or group, it just doesn't matter. Like the idol promotions, I don't know. I don't think it's for them anymore. Maybe they will go to the occasional Korean music show like J-Hope is doing right now with Killing It Girl. But remember, Jungkook also did the same. He went to like only some music shows, only some. Um and maybe BTS will do the same just to meet the fans. But yeah, I agree with this prediction. I think they will distance themselves from the idol image. They're showing they're grown men, not the typical K-pop idol characters. Yes, and I also feel like in other groups, when idols come back from the military and they start releasing music again, I feel like they continue doing the same. Okay, maybe they are a little more grown up, more mature, but I feel like they still have the idol image. They continue with that. They are just grown up, I guess, older. But that's it. They don't distance themselves from the idol image. But I feel like BTS, they probably will. um, it's not easy to get rid of the thing you grow up with. I feel like they're almost kidnapped to stay as idols. I think they're always balancing it out. Yes, and I also feel like a lot of people in Korea, and this is just me looking at things. I'm not saying that this is the reality. I feel like, okay, BTS, sometimes they act as themselves, they are just themselves. And then I see like little hints of the Korean press or Korean fans asking for the idol content. I'm thinking right now of, do you guys remember when Namjoon and Taeyeon were discharged from the military? They said goodbye and everything, like thank you so much for coming, and they were starting to go. And then the media and the fans kept screaming, like do a heart, kind of like fan service, like start doing the fan service. Don't go without doing the fan service. So Namjoon and Taeyeon did like a small heart. So it's like maybe they are. I understand that point of view. Like it's hard for the media and for some Korean fans who are very into idol music. They're going to keep asking for the same things of BTS. And maybe BTS will be like, okay, sure, why not? I'll do the little fan service here, the little heart or whatever. There is pressure from the media and fans. Yeah. And once again, the heart thing is not like a big deal. But I do feel like even with all of these news, right, from the Korea Herald and the news outlets from Korea and stuff like that, they expect BTS to go back to the machine that they were before. And it's just not going to be that way. BTS is going to return because they've said it a million times. But I genuinely do feel like they're going to do something that is completely different from everything they've done before. It's not the typical idol schedule, but Korea wants that. Like they are asking, like when is it going to start? Like the full on promotions. Maybe they don't do any promotions. Who knows? The career now is going to be different. Korean actors also do hearts though. It's not about the hearts. It's just about the fact that it's not about the hearts. Like I mentioned, the hearts is not a big deal. It's not a big deal. And even during the Hope on the Stage concert, all of them did hearts. It's not about the heart thing. They can do the heart thing and maybe they want to do the heart thing. It's this thing that Namjoon and Taeyeon, they were happy. They said goodbye. They were saying goodbye to the press. Thank you for coming. They were leaving, but no, the press was yelling to them, do the fan service. So it's not about BTS and how comfortable they are doing the hearts or not. The hearts are not a big deal. It's about the press and the fans yelling, you're forgetting about the fan service. Like, go and do the fan service. You have to do it. It's more about that. But yeah, the heart thing is not a big deal. A big deal. um, Hannah, thank you so much. And countdown live voting at 6:15 p.m. KST. We need everyone to vote. Yes, so I have the links. Is the first link, I believe, on my description. Yes, it's the first link. In my description box, there are a lot of links. But the one that ends 6:15 p.m. KST is the first one. So go to that first link. Okay. Let's go to the next one. Oh, this is what we already talked about, but I guess we can talk about it again. I like to see a tour of each of them before they start doing things as a group. And then someone else responded, you know what? I agree. An individual tour really boosts their confidence. Also, when they are on their own, they manage everything themselves, which also contributes to professionalism. So, like I've mentioned before, I don't really see this happening. If there's going to be a tour, maybe there's one, but not individual tours of all the members. I feel like there's just no time for that. Now, will we get individual tours later? Maybe, maybe, but I don't really know. I just think there's no. I agree that having a tour on their own creates some kind of confidence in them. It boosts their confidence. Um, their creative minds go crazy, and it's very positive. I just don't see all of the members doing like a comeback yeah, a comeback tour, a solo tour before the group tour. I just don't see it. Like it would be too long. And BTS knows that, especially knowing now that three members have said this. Namjoon, Taeyong, and J-Hope have already said, we are going to work on group activities as soon as we can. And doing the solo tours is not as soon as we can. It's not as soon as they can. So maybe one solo tour, but two or more. I think that's just too crazy. Two or more solo tours before the reunion tour. I just don't see it. I just don't see it. Maybe one more tour. Maybe one more. But if they did, I feel like they would have to space it out a lot. Yes, and it just wouldn't be. It just I don't know. I don't know. I'm saying maybe one more tour, but two or more, or all of them, a solo tour from all of them before the group tour. I just don't see it. I just don't see it. Maybe after. Maybe after. Because once again, this is just a prediction that I had years ago. And I hope it comes true because it's healthy. Um, I feel like BTS from now on as a group, maybe they will have their comebacks like regular mainstream artists. Please, this is healthy. Um, maybe every 2 or 3 years. Now, for K-pop, this is catastrophic. How can they come back every 2 or 3 years? That is too much. And it's like that is normal in the mainstream music industry. So I hope they do that because that means longevity. That means decades of BTS. Maybe they can wait 2 to 4 years between each album. And in between those 2 to 4 years, maybe we will get the other solo tours. What? Listen to me. That is the way of doing things. That is the best we can expect for. That is what I want. One full album from BTS as a group, every 2 to 4 years, because Western artists tour between albums. Yes, but maybe they tour for 1 year, especially when it comes to groups and stuff like that. 3 years is normal. Exactly, exactly. And it's not a lot. We will get a lot of tours in between and maybe some solo projects here and there and a lot of promotions. I promise. That is what I personally want. Think of Ariana Grande and Justin Bieber. When they are very active as performers, they release an album every 2, 3, 4 years. I think 2 or 3 years is, yes, because some people are saying 2 to 3 years. 4 years is a lot. 4 years can be a lot, yes. But yeah, I think 2 years is a good thing. Like a full length album every 2 years would be great. And that would also leave them the chance to release solo music in between and tour a solo artist. But before the group reunion, every single member doing a solo tour, I just don't see it. Especially when Namjoon, Taeyong, and J-Hope said, we are working on that group tour and reunion and song as soon as we can. So yeah, I don't think the solo tours from all of them is a priority right now. Maybe one. I don't really see more than one, but yeah, we will see what happens. Adele 21, 25, 4 years apart, and she's doing fine. Exactly. That is a good thing. That is a good thing. Like 2 to 3 years, I think it's good. And also, you won't even notice it because, um, what is it? Dynamite. And 2 years later, what did they release in 2022? Yet to come. So from Dynamite to Yet to come, there's not a lot of time. That would be the wait. And also, it wouldn't be like a full like wait of nothing. No, we will get a lot of things. We will get a tour. We will get solo projects. We will get collaborations. Different things that they can do in between those 2 years. But yeah, a 2 year wait in between albums is the healthy thing. I don't expect them to release 3 albums a year anymore. That was just crazy. And that is the K-pop way of doing things, and that destroys groups. I hope they don't go back to that. Whatever time they need to produce music from their passion, not from their schedule, not from a schedule. Exactly. And that is why 2 years, 3 years is okay, let's say 2 years. um 2 years leaves them time to experience things and I don't know, maybe travel, maybe work on other things and they come back together and exchange ideas, write new songs. Yeah, I think it's good. I'm hoping for 2 years in between albums. But yeah, once again, like I mentioned, I don't see more than one more solo tour before the group tour. I don't see it. Maybe one more tour. But yeah, the members are already saying that they're getting together as soon as possible. And you know how crazy they can be. They will they will reunite as soon as possible. Start working on something for BTS as a group as soon as possible. And more than one solo tour, I don't see. Okay, here's another. I just think their tour is gonna be something we've never seen before, with Hobie and Yoongi maintaining full control over their show designs and Seokjin about to do the same. I feel like the group tour is gonna feel so grandiose, creative. It's the same with the albums too. Now, I never thought of this. This is a prediction that I've never read before. So I put the image of B because do you guys remember during the B era in 2020? BTS directed basically everything. So the members, of course, wrote the songs, but they themselves were the creative directors. They themselves had the idea for the album. They themselves did a lot of the parts, the creative parts of the album. So this person is saying, what if they do something similar, but in terms of tour? So maybe they decide the stage, maybe they decide the outfits, the colors, the set list, and all that kind of stuff. And I feel like that is an amazing prediction because they basically did that. Like Yoongi and J-Hope did that for their own solo tours. So by doing their solo tours and their solo projects and their solo albums, now they can maybe prepare more like their own creative ideas, put them on the tour. And I feel like that can be amazing because now some of them have the experience of the solo tours and now they can make their own tour how they wanted it to be. I think this is an amazing prediction. And I never thought of this. I never thought of this possibility. And I think it can be awesome. Bora, do you think they will announce a comeback date on the delayed viewing of D2 of Hope on the Stage? Hobie said specifically we need to watch D2 again. I can see them announcing something like Proof at PTD Las Vegas D4. That is an interesting analysis. So what? There's no delayed viewing for day two. I saw that there was delayed viewing, but I didn't know it was just for day one. So if there's something on day two, I guess we'll have to wait and see what happens if they actually do a delayed viewing for day two. And also, I don't think they will announce something related to the BTS comeback because I believe J-Hope's words, they just reunited and they're still thinking about it maybe. Perhaps, perhaps at Jing's concert. I think that can be. Maybe we get some kind of announcement at the end of Jing's concert, maybe. Delayed viewing for both. Wait, and when is the delayed viewing then? I thought it was they happened already. When is going to be the delayed viewing for those 2 days? Friday and Saturday. Oh, I guess we'll just have to wait and see what happens. Friday and Saturday. Okay. Yeah, I mean maybe something happens there. Maybe they show something there. I'm not sure. Maybe. That can be exciting. So Tickle's World, about that comeback, I've talked about it at the beginning of the stream. Um those are fake news. The source is an anonymous person working at Hype, and that source, that media, they have lied previously about BTS, about Yoongi specifically. So we're not listening to them. They lie. So we're ignoring um, those quote unquote news. That is not true. Jacob said they don't even know what is going to happen. They are just reuniting. Okay, here's another one. I think they might have a BTS is Back single, but the album will be a 20-track studio album. It might be the start of a new trilogy complete with solo songs and lore. I think on the tour they will try to go everywhere, manifesting. Okay, so let's focus on the full-length album. So if they release a full-length album, we will need like a lot of time. If they release a full-length album, it's definitely we just have to wait for like 6 months approximately. Now, one single, a BTS is Back single, that is more likely to happen soon. Because if you guys remember, J-Hope was discharged from the military. Then how many months? When was J-Hope discharged from the military? Exactly. Discharge date. Okay, so J-Hope was discharged from the military on October 17 of 2024. Then basically 3 months later, he started the tour. So he had 3 months to do 3 songs, basically, because he went to America, he went to the US, and he looked at different demos, looked at different songs, and then he recorded those 3 songs. But he said that he actually planned to release an album, to make an album. But yeah, he couldn't. He ended up doing just 3 songs, 3 new songs, and then the tour. So for this year, like I mentioned, I don't think we're going to get a full length album. The dates just don't add up. For a full length album, we need like 6 months maybe. That's the minimum. Because in 3 months, Jacob couldn't do more than 3 songs. He said he only wanted to do an album if it was a cohesive theme. Yes. And these 3 songs don't relate to each other, really. So Seokjin did 13 songs in 8 months. Yes, I also think that for solo project it's a little bit different because it's your decision and that's the end. But for BTS, they have to coordinate what they all want, what these 7 members want. Um, so yeah, probably 6 months for a full length album with 20 songs. But for a comeback single, we shouldn't wait too long, I believe. Maybe something later this year, like this person is saying. LV Back wasn't his song. Yes, I mean that he was sent the song and he recorded his part basically for LV Back. But the other 3 songs, those are his songs, and he had creative control on those. For LV Back, he was just a feature artist. Okay, next one we have this one. It says, I think there will be more adult type music and not all love songs will be about army. I would love for them to do a massive concert safely, like in a big park, sort of like we have seen in all rock concerts. Another comment says, I actually give my first unborn child for an Eras tour, whole discography live with inclusions of their solo work of chapter 2. A lot of people in the community post here mention, oops, where is it? On this, a lot of people mention some kind of Eras tour. Now, I'm not sure if an Eras tour exactly. I think that would be awesome, very, very fun. But this idea about these massive concerts in some sort of park, like an open venue, not like a stadium that is closed, like an open venue. I feel like they will do it because they have mentioned this idea for many years already. Like a festival. Yes, I feel like they can organize a festival but just for BTS. And I feel like it can be even fun to this is just too big of an idea, but I would love maybe not the comeback tour, but some time in their lives. I want I would love for BTS to do some kind of festival just for themselves, but with everyone you can think of. So think of they will perform What We Love with Halsey. They will perform The Truth Untold and Mic Drop with Steve Aoki. They will perform Left and Right with Charlie Puth. They will perform Stop the Rain with Tableau. They will perform like unite all of these collaborations and perform all of those. Like these festivals surrounded surrounding BTS. So it will be like a lot of performances and a lot of famous singers as well. But it would be BTS's festival. A little BTS world. Exactly, something like that. And yes, everyone can be there. Like Becky G can perform for Chicken Noodle Soup. It can be amazing. And it has to be like an open venue. So it's some sort of festival. Bora Fest. Yeah, something like that. Something like that with a lot of guests and stuff like that. So that is like a huge idea. That is like a huge, huge idea. So maybe not necessarily 2026, but sometime in their careers. Sometime in their careers they have to do it. I would love for them to do that. I think that can be very, very fun. Bang Bang Kong in real life. Yes, something like that. On featuring Sia, there's no way. You're just I mean, I feel like even BTS forgot about that song. They mentioned on featuring Sia probably 3 times in interviews when they released it first, and then they completely forgot about on featuring Sia. They don't mention that song at all. They don't mention that song at all. On featuring Sia is a must. I mean, it would be interesting if after all these all these years, BTS ends up performing on featuring Sia with Sia on stage. Like that would be crazy. Sia is a legend, but that wasn't it. I mean, Sia has good songs. She has a great voice, but yeah, it just didn't work with on. It just didn't. Vine boomed this idea away. Okay. So I will continue wishing for this BTS festival with a lot of different guests. I think that can be fun. Um, but we'll wait for it, I guess. Because I feel like that is such a big idea that if it happens, it will happen in like, I'm talking 10 years from now. But like an actual big festival with all of these guests. Wanda OT7, thank you so much. I really want them to perform their Japanese EPs. That is an interesting prediction because if you have watched my video about my predictions, I actually said the complete opposite, but now it's been 8 months. So I don't really know anymore. In that video here, I said that I don't believe BTS will release Japanese versions of songs anymore. If they release songs in Japanese, they're going to be maybe OSTs for one specific movie or for one specific show. But I don't think albums like Map of the Soul 7 The Journey or Face Yourself, those type of albums, I feel like we're not going to get anymore, ever. A Japanese remake of their Korean songs, I just don't see it anymore. Because this is common in Korea from Korean singers, so they can become big in Japan and go number one in Japan. But BTS goes number one in Japan with their English songs, with their Korean songs. So they don't need those Japanese remakes anymore. Like I mentioned, I feel like they will probably release Japanese songs, but only a couple of them. And if they do, it's probably for one specific project, for one OST, for a movie or for a series or something like that, but not Japanese remakes, especially like a full length album of Japanese remakes. I just don't see it anymore. Jin released Falling Japanese version, but that is a different situation because the original version was written by Taka and he is a Japanese singer. So I believe, of course, his original version of the song was in Japanese. So Jin also released that version in Japanese because it's the original version. I just want the originals. Okay, I feel like you are onto something because I agree. I feel like BTS will end up performing their Japanese songs once again someday. Those are iconic songs. Those are iconic songs. BTS cannot ignore Film Out or Stay Gold or Your Eyes Tell. Those are, or Crystal Snow. Those are iconic songs. And someday they have to perform them. Especially when they go to Japan, which they will. I feel like they're going to do it. When they go to Japan, maybe they will perform those songs, hopefully. For You, Lights, yes, amazing, amazing songs. Wake Up, Wishing on a Star. maybe when they have the tour and they go to Japan, they usually do this. They perform those songs, those Japanese songs in Japan. So maybe something can happen there. Okay, next one. I'm so excited for the world tour because I think they're finally gonna go somewhere in Africa and also India. Those armies have been waiting for so long. I also saw some people saying that they hope they return to Brazil. Now, I feel like Brazil is such a big destination for artists. They will 100% come back. Go back, I mean. Latam, I feel like they will. Hmm? My sister says that she doesn't think they're going to Latin America.
I mean, I hope so, but I don't think it's happening. Cause who go with all the respect, being from Latam itself, who goes to Latam?
But some big artists go from time to time to some different countries.
It's true. I just pray. I think for sure they're not going to my country, but hopefully Latam.
But some big artists go to Peru. You don't think so?
Brazil and Mexico at least. Yeah, that's what I think.
Maybe Argentina. Especially now that Jin went to Argentina with Coldplay.
True, but you understand how big BTS is, and also how the fans will go.
BTS. Excuse me, I'm sorry. BTS being BTS is here. Hello, you are one of the channels that I watched when I first became an ARMY back in 2000.
Oh my goodness!
Yes,
is that the BTS main BTS?
Yes, and I also saw that you were reacting to BTS videos now. I saw your new reaction.
Oh,
you are amazing. What are you doing here? What the fuck?
Ariana, what are you doing
Ariana, what are you doing here? This is a crazy moment, guys. I watch BTS being BTS.
ARMY.
This is crazy. Anyways.
Well, that was my little input. Hi, everyone. That's it. I hope it happens, though. Please predict the opposite is gonna happen.
Listen, I already debunked those rumors.
No,
those are
false allegations.
False allegations. Those are lies. People lie on my name.
People lie
and on my page. People embarrass me. Just happened to come across this stream. Hope you guys are well. That's crazy. We are well.
We're well. Yeah. I think you just to be safe to predict the opposite.
You're just a hater because a lot of my predictions become a reality. So it's not like. Okay, my sister is going. Say goodbye, guys. Worlds colliding. This is crazy, guys, because when I first became an ARMY in 2019, I followed BTS being BTS on social media and YouTube as well. Okay, everyone's saying bye, Bora sis. And she just left. BTS paved the way. Thank you so much. I love these predictions and our wish list, and it's gonna be fun seeing what will happen in the next few months. I need them to come to Australia. I feel like that is also a possibility. I think that can happen. And thank you so much for your comment. I just got here and Boris leaves. No, my sister was here for literally just 1 minute. Just to say the opposite of me, as always. I just need to hear from Yoongi and long stream with Yoongi. I feel like Yoongi is going to go live on Weavers. after his discharge. I'm pretty sure it will happen because all the members have gone live after their discharge. So, yeah. Boris says is your biggest op. I mean, she is. She is. Don't predict it. Excuse me. People, this is just too much. This is just too much. Like, I predict something and people say, don't jinx it, say the opposite. Like, not all my predictions are wrong. Is Hannah here or anyone? We watched together the Hope on the Stage concert and I predicted something time ago and it became true. What was that I say? What was it that I say? Because my predictions are right sometimes, okay? What did I say? And I was celebrating. Like, oh my God, like I was right this time. I'm not always wrong. I said it. Bora, you're too funny. I don't know what people are laughing about. It's just fun to bully you. This is unacceptable. This is unacceptable. And I stand with you, Bora. Thank you, Pantheon. Like, finally, someone. Because everyone always tells me, you're just coping. You're just reaching for anything. Like, people are just haters. That's what they are. Bora, you're the reason there's a cafe named the Lulu behind Hype. Excuse me. Is that true? Is there a cafe named the Lulu behind Hype? Is that true? That is true. That is crazy. Why would they call it the Lulu? Who did that? I love you, Bora. Please don't go bald. That comment is so hilarious. Every single time that I read it, it's just too much. We wonder why. We're all delusional. It's just crazy that someone actually did that. Look it up. Is it here? BTS Cafe behind Hype de Lulu. No way. No way. Now tell me, why is there a cafe named the Lulu right in front of Hype? Okay, that's Hype. But, oh, the Lulu Cafe and cake? Wait. Who did this? Who did this? That's smart marketing. I mean, yeah, because we're talking about it now. The Lulu. Not and cake. Yes, I mean cafe and cake. A friend of mine just went there 2 days ago and said it's really good in there. I might have to go. I might have to go because I mean, wait, I want to watch this.
Guys, I'm right behind Hype Entertainment Building. I found the perfect cafe for K-pop fans. Look. Cafe de Lulu. Cafe de Lulu. I'm so dead. Cafe de Lulu is right behind Hype. Perfect. Simple.
Okay. The Lulu is the Solulu. I'm just going to have to go then. I have to go. That's it. I'm going to go. I'm curious about their Delulu dishes with their Delulu prices. Yes, and now I have to go. Okay, let's go to the next one. Really hoping there may be new subunits within an album or heck, an all-out mini EP comeback. Yes, RM talked about it, and I want it to be true. I believe Namjoon talked about this on the Sutrita when he was on Sutrita, that they can do um subunit songs. So I feel now that it is going to happen, because if you really think about it, okay, maybe they do like a comeback song this year, like the We Are Back song. But for the album, that would be next year probably. I'm saying more than 6 months, not in the next 6 months. We need more time. And for that, we can get some subunit songs. I mean, it is very common when it comes to BTS albums. And I feel like this can happen. Now look that it doesn't happen. I came late. Did you already talk about RM's Samsung art event he hosted, or will that be on the Friday stream? So I prepared that on the Friday stream because I wanted to include it, but I kept seeing like more and more updates about that, pictures, the event related to that. So I will probably wait for Friday to talk about that. But yeah, very, very exciting. Namjoon is Samsung art event host, I guess. And I knew about that. I mean, it's a TV, I believe, that showcases art. So it's pretty fun. It's cool. He was Namjooning, exactly. A very Namjoon thing from him. Ambassador. That's what I read, that he was an ambassador. And then I saw that he was hosting a show or something. He go out of the military and literally took the first available flight. Literally. It didn't he he was discharged not even a week ago. No, a week ago. And he's already doing ambassador activities. And for something that is so him, he didn't forget English, guys. So I have not watched the clips yet. That's why I wanted to talk about it on Friday, because new things keep coming up related to the Samsung TV thing. So I'm just going to wait for Friday so we can see everything. Okay, so yeah, subunits. I also believe it is a possibility. I want them to do a studio chum, says this comment. Now, I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it now. I am an enthusiast for studio chum. Some people think that I hate K-pop and the K-pop industry. Guys, it's not that, okay? It's just that I have some problems with it, but K-pop is so creative sometimes. And one of the things that I love about K-pop is this show. Sometimes I don't know about the group. Sometimes I don't know about the artist, but Studio Chum is such an incredible idea. I mean, they record the performances with this professional cameras, professional angles, and these lights, and they don't have to worry about the singing, so they focus completely on the choreography. And Studio Chum records the choreography from very, very cool angles. Like, they record the choreography so well. And I just love Studio Chum. I mean, I do love as well the K-pop TV shows, the music shows. But there's something about the Studio Chum that is more natural. Sometimes M Countdown is not M Countdown. What I don't like about M Countdown is that the voice track, the vocal track is too loud. So it seems like they are not singing live, and that annoys me. Music Bank is more natural with that, but their angles are horrible, like their camera work. Studio Chum, it just focuses on the choreography, and I love Studio Chum performances. Sometimes I don't even know who is performing. I don't even like the song from some of these K-pop artists sometimes, but it's so cool to see the choreography being recorded this way. I love it. And the background even is very minimal. It's just like some colors, and I just love it. I love it so much. So yeah, Killing Boys as well. So this person said Studio Chum. I'm saying a Studio Chum and Killing Boys. Now, Killing Boys, I like the idea of it. Now, maybe people keep denying it, but Killing Boys is like their voices, their vocals are extremely processed. I still don't care that much. They can process the voices or whatever. I don't really care. I still think it's a good idea for BTS to go to the Killing Boys. Now, what I've mentioned on previous streams with my sister is that maybe BTS will perform at the Killing Boys, but not at the Killing Boys. No. They will perform something like in the Killing Boys, but not in the show Killing Boys. Because if you guys remember, BTS did BTS Room Live. And that is basically Killing Boys because they do like a mashup of some of the songs from their careers. Dingo Live. That's another show like Killing Boys. Yes, Festa Room 2021. They did that. And that is kind of like an idea from those shows. Like Killing Boys and Dingo Live. So I'm not sure if BTS will go to those specific shows because they already did that on their own channel. And maybe they can do a Room Live 2025 or 2026. But when it comes to Studio Chum, I feel like they can go to Studio Chum, especially now that Jimin and J-Hope went to Studio Chum. I love Studio Chum. I think it's very fun. I think it's very cool. And yeah, I would love for BTS to go to Studio Chum. They could just do their own then. Yes, especially for the Room Live, they've already done their own. Run BTS is what we truly need. I mean, yeah. But we'll see what happens. Because they're just so busy. Like they were discharged not long ago and they are already like working on all of this stuff. Okay. Okay, I love this idea because this is another idea that is super creative that I've never thought about. I predict they are going to make a full-length movie like The Beatles, A Hard Day's Night, or Help. Maybe this will be the completion of the most beautiful moment in life. Now, I never thought of this. I actually had to look this up because I'm being completely honest. I didn't know this about the Beatles, but apparently the Beatles, when they released these albums, they also released a movie. And these are fictional stories. And they act as themselves. Like they act as themselves in these movies and they hire actors that play their families or their fans and stuff like that. And there's like a fictional story. And I feel like, I don't know, I never, ever thought of this because I never thought of this as a possibility. But I feel like this can be really cool. It's like maybe a short movie, a short film, or some sort of creative idea, creative video with BTS maybe as starring as themselves. I feel like that can be very fun. Now, this person is saying maybe this can be the completion of the most beautiful moment in life. I'm not sure about that. I don't know if they will go back to the storyline of the most beautiful moment in life. Now, so many people disagree with me, and that's totally fine. Maybe I'm completely wrong and they will go back to that storyline. But I feel like I would love for them to do something like this, like A Hard Day's Night and like Help. it can be fun. I don't know. I feel like it's a great idea. It's a great prediction. I never thought of this as a possibility. So yeah, BTS movie. Yes, it would be like a BTS movie. Of course, it would be a fictional story because when I look these movies up, it says, for example, Ringo Starr as Ringo Starr, but then it says this actor as Ringo Starr's uncle or something like that. So yeah, these are fictional stories and it can be very, very fun. You're welcome. You're here. Nam Har 7N. Yes, it's a great prediction. I never thought of this. I never thought of this. Really, really cool prediction. I would love to see something like this. And you know what? I'm going to be completely honest. Before, like years ago, I'm talking 2019 and 2020, 2021, I never thought of all the BTS members acting. I thought that they would never do acting, even like for a musical project. But after Yoongi did his alter egos during the August the album promotions, and when Namjoon did all of that amazing acting for Come Back to Me and Lost, I feel like maybe they can do something like this. I feel like they can do it, and I think that it can be very, very fun. Some kind of musical film, something like this. I don't know. Esmeralda Garden Marching Band was inspired by the Beatles already. Yes, that as well. So I feel like they can do something like that. Yoongi is such a good actor. Yes, he is. I mean, when he did all of his music videos for the August D project, he did an amazing job, and maybe something like that it can happen. I feel like it can be amazing. Maybe that is why Jin failed the lie detector test. the, I know we're joking here, we're joking here, but the lie detector thing is completely false. Like it doesn't, it's not valid on courts because it doesn't work. So, and Jin said in that same interview, he was asked, "Did you lie during this interview?" And we didn't catch you. And he said, "Yeah, I did lie." And they didn't catch his lie. So, entirely Teresa, thank you so much. Beyonce did a music video movie. That would be cool. I'm not sure about Beyonce doing a music video movie. I don't really know, but that would be cool. Yes. I mean, BTS kind of already did all of that storyline during the most beautiful moment in life, but I feel like they can do that again, but something different. Something more like right place, wrong person. Or like these movies, I feel like it can be fun. Okay. I love this prediction. Here's another one. Oh, this is a long comment, so I separated them. But it's from the same person. I based on the type of artist they evolved in the second chapter. Visually, I bet on a color palette of blue or yellow, youthful colors. I also feel like when it comes to color palettes, it goes back to that, to those predictions about the hair colors and stuff like that. Also, when it comes to the outfits and the visuals and all of that, I also feel like they will do something like blue, yellow, youthful colors, more calm. I what I'm trying to say, I guess, is they will not do Idol 2.0. You know what I'm trying to say? I feel like they will not do Boy with Love 2.0. In terms of visuals, in terms of colors, I'm also seeing blue or yellow. Now, this is crazy because these are our predictions based on nothing. um, but I'm also seeing those colors. When it happens and I'm right, you guys will say, Bora was right because I am right. Not saturated colors. Exactly. Now watch it be exactly that. Ah, now they will probably do Idol 2.0, right, guys? Bora, don't you usually jinx it? That is a lie. Those are lies. Some of my predictions do come true, okay? Why are you guys talking about RBD? Like, what does Rebelde have to do with this? Because of the acting? Put Bora on the lie detector test? I'm just a nervous person, so I would fail that. Like, everything would come up as lie, 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 lie. Who's RBD? RBD or Rebelde? I think it's a telenovela from Argentina about um, a group of students who are also singers, but then they did a spin off in Mexico. And that one was also very, very popular. And that was like years and years ago. And now they did like a reunion tour and everything. And now they hate each other again. It's a group, it's a co ed group. So boys and girls in this group. And it's based on like a telenovela, like they act and they also sing, they have their group and they tour and stuff like that. Or they used to because now they don't like each other or something. But yeah, people are saying that, I believe, because of this, the acting for an album or something like that. Wait, they hate each other again? I read that. I read that they hate each other again because of one of the members supports the manager. So one of the girls, like the main girl, I think, the most popular girl, supports the manager, and everyone else hates the manager because he took the money from the tour or something like that. I'm sorry. I don't know all the tea. I just know a little bit. Anai fell out with them. Yes. Yes. But yeah, that's a little drama that has nothing to do with BTS. It's just that people are talking about RBD from their comeback tour. Yes. Okay. Also, part of this comment, it says, I don't expect complex choreography in general. In terms of genres, R&B and rap, indie pop, and I also really expect dark R&B. Song themes about fake news, emotional music for army, call back to some dark and wild song, maybe Danger and War of Hormone, and a lighter single, a dramatic ballad. Now, do you guys think we're going to get complex choreography or not? Because other predictions say that we will get actually Run BTS Dionysus 2.0. And other people say no complex choreography. I'm not sure. I feel like they will do as always, maybe for the lead single, no choreography or very like calm choreography or very like not easy, but like calm choreography. But then I feel like they will do like a big choreography, but it will probably be a B-side, like they've always done. I mean, not always, because for On, they did like the big choreography for the main single, but usually they do the big choreography for a B-side or a promoted B-side. And then the main song is some more sexy choreography. That can be interesting. I mean, I'm all for it. Maybe one main performance, Dionysus, choreography, then lighter choreo, Boy With Love. That's what I'm saying. So for the lead single, for the comeback single, maybe not a very difficult choreography. Something like Boy With Love. But for a B-side, you know how they always, for the tour, they start with Dionysus or On or one of these songs, because they have big choreographies, they will, or Run BTS, they will probably do something like that for the beginning of the tour, but that can be a B-side, not a lead single. Expect the unexpected. Exactly. We will have to wait. I think they might want to bring back On and do a performance, because I've heard them mention it a lot, that they regret not having the chance to show us their performance because of COVID. I also think that, I mean, it's a good prediction. It's just that I'm thinking On was in 2020, and of course they regret that they were not able to perform that song during their Map of the Soul tour. Very unfortunate. But they also have 2021 and 2022 to release some kind of big choreography, and they didn't. They did for Run BTS, but that Run BTS choreography was last minute, because they were not supposed to perform at the yet to come in Busan concert. That was unexpected. Jin was supposed to go to the military around that time, and then he had to cancel his military plans, and then they started doing the choreography for Run BTS. So that Run BTS choreography was unexpected. BTS has goldfish memory. Didn't they do On in LA and Las Vegas? Yes, that is true. They ended up performing on a tour and everything, but they wanted to do the Map of the Soul tour. I guess that's what they are referring to, because it's true. Like they said that they were not able to perform those songs in front of the army, but they did. They did. If they do something like Killing It Girl together, I will die. I feel like they will. That's all I'm going to say. I feel like they will. I think big choreos are part of BTS identity as a group. They have at least 1 to 2 songs with big choreos each album, and I think it will be expected. Yes, I also think that they will have a big choreography. I just think it's going to be a B-side. Like always, they have a B-side with a big choreography, usually, so they can start with that choreography, the tour. The big tour, they start with the big choreography. So yeah, I think a B-side. Now, for the main single, that will probably have another choreography or no choreography. I don't really know. Another thing that I wanted to say about this is that, okay, song themes about fake news. Now, like I mentioned, when I made my predictions video 8 months ago, I didn't say, but I read the comments and I thought to myself, maybe they are right. So no Cyphered 5. Like I mentioned, I changed my mind in these 8 months, because things have happened and the media have said so many fake things about them, fake news. So probably they are right about their song themes, about fake news. Maybe they will say something related to that. Yeah, I've changed my mind, because I used to agree with them. I said, yeah, maybe they don't want to go back to that era when they used to do their ciphers. Maybe they don't want to do that, but now I don't agree with myself anymore. Like I disagree with my previous prediction. Bora, take it back. I mean, like Hobby Power is saying, they have a lot to say. They do. They do have a lot to say. So, yeah, maybe they will. I really want social commentary of some sort. I feel like they will, especially after being in the military. Now they're finally free. And look at Namjoon and how he's been like, "Ah, finally, I'm free. I'm a free citizen." Like signing his name with free citizen Kim Namjoon, and talking about like how difficult the military can be and all of that. So maybe we will get some of those stories. I need BTS to start casting people more. I mean, I would love that. But big choreos are not always B-side. Fake Love, Idol, on all title tracks with big choreo. That is true, but I just, my prediction is that they're not going to do some kind of on or idol lead single with big choreography. Maybe I'm wrong because some people say that I'm always wrong. So I guess we'll see. Okay. Here's another one. Oh, from the same person because it's a long comment, but I thought all of their predictions were pretty cool. So I included them all. Lastly, some of my hopes for the Lulu anime opening ending. Maybe an EDM pop rock ram vibe. More pop rock in this new phase in general. More conceptual music videos, similar to the right place, wrong person concept. Now, I would love an anime opening / ending. I feel like it can happen. I mean, now especially that this works with my previous prediction. I don't feel like they will do remakes of their Korean songs in Japanese. But I do believe that occasionally they can do an OST for this movie and this series. So maybe they can do an anime opening for one show. That can be fun. Jin literally just did all that. Yes, especially with the pop rock phase. I would love for BTS to do more pop rock. I would love for that to happen. Echo was so good. Echo is so good. I'm just so excited to see the concerts and everything, the clips and the live shows and all of that. I think it's going to be very, very fun. Especially knowing that the theme is Run BTS. And like Jin said, it's not like a regular tour. It's more like there's like a dynamic there. So yeah, we're just going to have to wait and see what he's referring to. It's going to be a creative show, different to the regular tour. And finally, more conceptual music videos similar to the right place, wrong person concept. This is one of my predictions as well. I would love to have more conceptual music videos. And I mean, BTS already does that. If you really think about it, think of Film Out, think of Fake Love, even Blood, Sweat, and Tears. Those are a little bit conceptual. If you think about, I mean, they have a storytelling, but it's difficult to tell. And there are so many messages. And if you really analyze the video, you see more and more hidden messages. And it's so artistic and beautiful. And I feel like they can continue with that, but make it even more conceptual. Like Lost, exactly. Like Lost. I feel like they can do it. I think it can be so, so fun. And I would expect that from their comeback album, not for their comeback single, because they need a story to tell. And for a story to happen, they need like a full length album. So I will wait for the album for the conceptual music videos. For the comeback single, I'm still not sure what can happen with that. I went theory era back. I mean, with right place, wrong person, that was very theory era. You had to read like different theories from different fans, and maybe watch the music videos more than one time to really look at all the clues and try to understand the storyline and what Namjoon is trying to say. So yeah, something like that, it can be very, very fun. Okay. Here's another one. I think a single or two this year, but no tour until spring, summer next year. Album maybe very late this year or in the first quarter of next year. Now, we already talked about this, so I'm going to move on to the next part. I think the single will be upbeat and celebratory. If it was up to me, I will go for the love child of Idol, Dionysus, and Run BTS. When I read this, I was shook because the love child of Idol, Dionysus, and Run BTS. That is the complete opposite of what I was expecting. Like I said, I thought choreographies and big songs like Idol, Dionysus, and Run BTS, maybe we would get those as a B-side, not as a lead single. But this person is saying the complete opposite. The comeback single being the love child of Idol, Dionysus, and Run BTS. That would be, yes, that would be interesting. Very, very different to what I was expecting. Very different to what I was expecting. Let them cook. I mean, it is an interesting prediction because I never thought of this. I thought of the complete opposite. Nothing big. Something more, I don't know, something different, but nothing like Idol, Dionysus, Run BTS, nothing like that. I never thought of something like that for the for the comeback single. This is very, very interesting. I go for that, Bora. This comeback is gonna be loud. Okay, so a lot of you think it's going to be like a loud comeback. That is interesting. Bora is skeptical. That means it's going to happen. You guys don't respect my analysis, like my professional analysis. You guys just don't respect my professional analysis. That's what's happening right now. The Lulu Bora. A lot of you guys think it's going to be this. It's going to be like a loud comeback. Maybe you guys are right. Maybe you guys are all right. You're not professional. You know what? This is for you. This is for all of you. This is for all of you because you just send hate to me and just make fun of my predictions and always say like, please say the opposite. Please say the opposite. So it happens. I'm kind of lost right now. What's going on? Let me tell you what's going on. What's going on is that every single time that I mention a prediction, people say, no, don't jinx it, because people think that all my predictions go the complete opposite way. And let me tell you, that is completely false. Like I mentioned, there is a reason why a lot of my predictions go the opposite way. And the only logical reason is that I just say everything that comes to my mind. I say every single prediction that comes to my mind. And people just remember whenever I'm wrong. But I've been right with my predictions many, many times. Many, many times. Actually, I need to think about it and I will do a live stream just telling you guys how many times I was right. Because I was right many, many times. It's just that you guys remember every single time that I was wrong. That's it. Even a broken clock is right twice a day, not just twice. And I'm not a broken clock. So many of my predictions have been correct. It's just that you're all haters. And my sister is also a hater because she has started this entire agenda of I'm always wrong. It's my sister's fault. Bora loves that sound FX. I love my this one specifically. I love this one. It's the most fun to do. Bora's gonna make a video to gaslight us into thinking she's right. No, I'm going to do a video saying truths so everyone can notice. You need a stop it bottom. So I did not add them, but I already have these sound bites. I have Ra 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 Rap Monster. I have Talented, Brilliant, Incredible, Amazing, Show Stopping, Never the Same. I have J Ho by Yoongi. I have the song from TikTok, that song that goes, Jin, worldwide handsome. I thought that is just so hilarious, so I had to include it. I have Stop It, and that's all I have for now. I don't have them in my soundboard, but I will add them. What else am I missing? Is your throat okay? No, it's not. Play them. I don't have them downloaded to my soundboard. I will include them. But I have them downloaded, just not on my soundboard. So maybe next stream. Okay. 1 second. JK, important business. Wait a second. So La Chimolala, that one I can include. Important business, I looked for it. But there's not clear sound that I could find. Maybe I'm missing any clips with that one. Sorry for my fault. You have no jams. No jammers. Excuse me. Oh, beach. Jim and She. Okay, I will add those because I don't have those one. Rap Monster. I have that one. I have a Rap Monster. Oh, Juan. Okay. Let's go to the next one. Oh, excuse me, sir. That one's good one. Excuse me, sir. You know BTS. Okay, that's it. I don't have think. Okay, that's the last one. I don't have think. Okay. This one says, I think they might finally go on Hot Ones. I know that some of the members aren't great with spies, and I'm not sure if the show has ever had 7 guests on at the same time. The most I've seen is 5 for NSYNC, but I think it would be awesome to see them on there. It would give them great exposure to locals, and I really like the questions that Sean Evans, the host, asks. Now, I don't have confirmation, but I have a feeling inside my chest that BTS, this is confirmed. BTS has been invited to so many shows, and they just say no because of a schedule things. And I feel like they have definitely been invited to Hot Ones. It's just that they say no because of schedule conflicts. Exactly. So the only thing is that they have to be free to do Hot Ones. But if they want to, I feel like they will. I can see maybe 3 or 4 members going. I don't think so. I think one of them will go or all of them will go. I don't see 3 or 4. But once again, maybe I'm wrong with my predictions as always, but I see one or all of them. But look at Seokjin. He did Puppies, Lie Detector, and the High Five thing in one day. Exactly. So that's why I'm saying one of them or all of them. That would be so cool to see them eat and chat. Yes, and from the clips that I've seen, Sean, what's his name? Sean Evans, the host, he is a good interviewer. So he asks interesting questions. Like, I've seen that people praise him for that. So I feel like that can be interesting. I feel like that can be interesting. I also saw one episode, it was a couple. And when Sean Evans interviewed them, first he interviewed one of them and then they switched to the other. Now, when he interviewed NSYNC, he interviewed the five at the same time. So maybe if seven is too much, maybe they can do an interview with all of them, but in groups. So maybe maybe a group of four and maybe a group of three. But yeah, when it comes to this show, I feel like one of them or all of them. Rap line, vocal line. I mean, what I'm trying to say is that if he interviews all of them, they're all going to be there. It's just that doing the wings challenge and all of that and the interview section, it's going to be one episode. They're all going to be there at the same time, but he's only going to interview some of them first and then they switch to the other ones. Because that's one way I've seen him do this show. BTS reading thirst tweets. Thirst tweets are crazy. I don't know about the thirst tweets. I mean, the thirst tweets have been a thing for a long, long time, years. And when BTS became very, very popular in America, that show was also very, very popular. And they have definitely been invited to that. Isn't that from BuzzFeed? I think that's from BuzzFeed, right? Thirst tweets. Yes, it's from BuzzFeed. No, wait. Yes, this is from BuzzFeed. So wait, Oliver Stark and Ryan Guzman. I didn't watch that. Anyways, I'm getting distracted. I feel like they've been invited to that so many times, and they are just saying no. People online are too unhinged. No. Yes, and I believe that is the reason why BTS says no, because they have definitely been invited to that. Just that BTS doesn't want to. So I don't think they will go to that show specifically. Okay, that's hot ones. Here's another one. I would love to see, this is very interesting. I would love to see John Cena interview them. He found them like we did, organically. I would want John Cena to tell the story about how he found them, what he was going through, and how their music impacted him. I think it would really mean a lot to all seven members, especially since they appear to have lost some of their spark after being in the military. I thought that the first few seconds when after their discharge, and then I noticed not really. Like Taeyeon seemed like no, like I don't stand. He seemed more serious, and then the concert started and he went back to being Taeyeon. So I don't really know about that. John Cena also lost part of himself, and their music helped him to get it back. Maybe hearing his story could help them heal too, to know they aren't alone in feeling the way they're feeling. That is definitely true. I mean, the military was a big thing. So yeah, what do you guys think about John Cena interviewing them? I feel like that can be an amazing, long-awaited meeting, I guess, because they have not met yet. But I'm sorry, John Cena needs to meet BTS. John Cena needs to meet BTS at some point. If we had an interview of some sort, that would be amazing. You know how there are those shows, actors on actors? Actors on actors. So this is a show where actors interview other actors. And it's like a conversation. I feel like BTS and John Cena could do something like this. I feel like they can interview each other about their careers and how they impact each other. I feel like this can be fun. Celebs on celebs, yes, something like that. That would be cool. Yes, great idea. And what do you guys think about my edit? Yes, there is this, but with musicians, so they could probably do it. Yes, I believe there's musicians version. Nope. Head's too big. Excuse me. If you know, if you knew, I do this on purpose because for my, I did a stream giving the solo songs here, transforming BTS solo songs into BTS group songs, and I make their heads big on purpose for comedic purposes. And also, I feel like his head is a completely normal size here. Okay, I mean it's not, but it's kind of like a joke. It's giving no neck vibes. Sorry, that's the point. That's the point. I think it's perfect this way. It's comedy. They wouldn't understand Bora. Exactly. It's just this comedy is too advanced for some people. So I understand if you guys don't get it. Why we bullying Bora? Continue. I'm in. Excuse me. Excuse me. Okay. Okay, so my sister is not here, but she did tell me some of her predictions. So here's a Boris's prediction. This is from my sister. She said, RM will say, haha. This is exactly her words, okay? So if this sounds weird, it's because of her. She told me, RM will say, haha, you thought you were not seeing us again. No, she explained to me that this is because she feels like Namjoon is going to address the fact that so many people said, oh, like hiatus, we know what that means. They're not coming back, actually, or whatever. She believes that Namjoon will say, haha, you thought you were not seeing us again. So that's her prediction. It's giving, you thought you could get rid of me. Yes, she said also something like that. That's what she means. The breakup rumors, exactly. In a song, I think not. I think she told me that Namjoon will say this on like an interview or something like that. Because you know how after the pandemic, Namjoon kept repeating the same phrase, kind of like, yeah, with humans, like we're performing again with humans, with the fans, with the armies, not with robots, not with AI. He kept repeating the same phrases. Like my sister believes that Namjoon's new phrase is going to be, yeah, people thought, you all thought you were not seeing us again, but guess what? We're here. We're back. That's my sister's prediction. Yoongi vibes. I feel like Yoongi can also say this. Okay, this is one of my sister's predictions. Here's another one. I don't think he will do that. That's okay. That's my sister's prediction. I never said this. For the haters, yes, kind of like a message for the haters, for everyone, kind of like for everyone who doubted that we would come back and reunite. Guess what? Look at this. Look at us. We are here. You're not getting rid of us. Something like that. Alexa, I love that reference. You're wanting a twist, eh? Come on, chapter 3. Let's get sickening. Period. I love that reference. I love that reference. Okay, here's another prediction from my sister. Her bias is Namjoon, you can tell. A lot of her predictions have to do something with Namjoon. RM will talk about his military service experience in a big show. Now, she believes that he's going to talk about her, he's going to talk and talk about her military experience. But I asked her, but do you think he's going to do that on Weaver's Live or on a mainstream TV show like Jimmy Fallon? And my sister said, no, I feel like he will definitely talk about it on Weavers, but my sister believes that he will talk about it on a big mainstream show like Jimmy Fallon. Now, she specifically told me she doesn't believe that Namjoon or any of the members are going to talk about their military experiences in a very like negative light, but they will talk about it. They will talk about their experiences truthfully. But yeah, not super negative or something like that. Mama or MMA speech, that is a good prediction. I was not thinking of that, but that's a good opinion. Confessions of a Free Soldier. I mean, after he ended his letter with from Free Citizen Kim Namjoon, I feel like he will do something related to that. They'll attend award shows. I'm still not sure if they have some kind of release this year, maybe one, even if it's one song, I feel like maybe they can do some year-end award shows. Okay, and this is the last prediction from my sister. BTS comeback song will have a mainstream sound. Now, she did specify that she doesn't believe that by mainstream sound, we're talking about a meaningless song. Meaningless music doesn't necessarily, like mainstream music is not necessarily meaningless. You can be very meaningful with your lyrics and still be mainstream. What's mainstream now? So mainstream just means that it has high chances of being popular among mainstream public, so the general public. My sister believes that their comeback song will have a mainstream sound, something that is easy to be consumed by the general public. Now, like 7. Mm, yeah, I mean, I don't know because this is my sister's prediction. But think of, for example, The Weeknd. He has some good lyrics, very cool production, but his music is still mainstream. So you can be both meaningful and have like very good production, very good music, and at the same time go mainstream. Viral potential, exactly. You can have like very good music, meaningful music, and also go mainstream. So that is what my sister says about their comeback song. So I believe this is all. Yes, this is all. I need to sneeze. I did it. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Those 3 English songs still get hate, but I'm in for another one. So here's the thing, I will defend to death the trilogy of English songs. But I feel like now, even with their solo projects, the mainstream songs in English that they've all done, think of Seven, 3D, Standing Next to You, Who, like Crazy English version, think of Killing It Girl, think of Mona Lisa, the songs Running Wild. All of those songs are mainstream songs in English, like mainstream songs, mainstream sounds. They are songs in English. Don't Say You Love Me, exactly. But they are, how do I explain this? They are better in terms of quality than the trilogy of English songs. So I feel like BTS can do mainstream, but they can do a more complicated version of mainstream. Um, Something like Standing Next to You is very like the quality of Standing Next to You is very strong. Like the quality is amazing. Think of Running Wild, Don't Say You Love Me, I'll Be There. Think of Killing It Girl, Mona Lisa, Sweet Dreams. Those are mainstream songs in English that are so well done. They are not just for fun. These are actual good songs. So I think that's what my sister is referring to, and also what I would agree with. Yeah, these are good songs that just happen to be in English. Maybe like Bluster and Tear vibes, but maybe in English. I mean, yes, they can do it. They can do it. And maybe they even do it in Korean. But in Korean and English. And that way it can be like a very mainstream song. But yeah, this is just one prediction. Maybe they do a non-mainstream song completely in Korean. Who knows? It's just a prediction. It's nothing too crazy. If the lyrics come from their heart, I would be okay with it. I mean, yeah, whatever they want to release, that's what they're going to release. And it seems like they are looking for something for their message to be in their comeback song. So we're just going to have to wait and see what happens. I'm clowning for real. I don't know why I'm thinking of them singing in Spanish. I've given my opinion on my video my random predictions for BTS comeback. And I said that I didn't see a lead single in Spanish or with a Latin singer, but I did see a collaboration. So Latin singer featuring BTS. That's what I said in that video. It's been 8 months, so I don't really know anymore. I'm not sure of my own predictions, but I guess I'm still kind of like in the same page when it comes to that. I don't know. I don't see a Spanish single anytime soon. Still not over Jimin rapping in Spanish in Chicken Noodle Soon at Sousu. I mean, that was completely iconic. Is Spanish a difficult language to learn? It is a difficult language to learn, but for Koreans, I feel like it's not a difficult language to pronounce because we have similar vowels. I would say that for Koreans, it's easier for them to pronounce Spanish than English because English and Korean vowels are so different. The grammar. Yes, the grammar is the most difficult because every single verb has like a different variation depending on time and people. Like it's a whole thing. That is the most difficult part of Spanish. In English, that part is easy because it's the same. For Koreans, it's easier to speak Spanish. We have less vowels than them. Exactly. And the vowels that we do have, they can pronounce them because they are the same in Korean. So if BTS wants to record a song in Korean, it would be very easy for them. I'm sorry, in Spanish. In Spanish. If BTS wants to record a song in Spanish, it would be very easy for them to do so. But I don't know if they want that. I don't know if they want that. I thought Spanish was one of the easier languages. I don't think so because the grammar is very, very difficult, even for Spanish speakers. So I'm not sure. HYYH comeback. I feel like if they do an HYYH comeback, it would be a full length album next year because they would need like 6 months to prepare for that minimum. So I guess we'll have to wait. Definitely having an HYYH comeback. I mean, Bang PD and Namjoon and Yoongi have mentioned HYYH as a comeback, but I'm not so sure anymore. I maybe they will, but probably next year. Also, maybe they don't release the Most Beautiful Moment in Life album. Maybe they release one song that is in tribute of that era of the Most Beautiful Moment in Life. So we're going to have to wait and see. I mean, they have said something is coming for HYYH. We just don't know what. Exactly. So that's the thing. We don't know exactly what they're going to do with that. So I'm just excited and waiting for that because that was such an iconic era. They still haven't finished the storyline, right? I'm not sure. I am so lost with that storyline. I watched the the show Begins Youth with other actors playing the BTS members as these characters in the youth story. And that helped me a lot to understand the storyline. That helped me a lot. But that is not the full story. So I don't know if that storyline is over. I don't know if it's going to continue. I don't even understand the story fully. I know some things here and there from the music videos and the short films, and I know some things from the show Begins Youth, but that is basically it. I'm very confused when it comes to the Most Beautiful Moment in Life, but it was a beautiful era. So we need a conclusion at least or explanation. I mean, I guess we can wait for that. I'm so confused too. XLS video is amazing. It'll help you even more. I'm going to be completely honest. I watched that video and I was still a little confused. It helped me a lot. Yes, it was very, very helpful. But it was a little long and a little bit confusing. It was not as confusing as the actual, like if you just watch the storyline and the videos and all of that. It was very, very helpful. But still, it's a lot. It's a lot. I would recommend that you guys watch Begins Youth. I actually talked about it. If you want to know a little bit about that, I have a live stream. It's this one. This one. Rating every fictional boy band inspired by BTS. There I talk about every fictional boy band inspired by BTS. So go watch that video because I talk about the Begins Youth show drama, and I feel like maybe that can convince you to go and watch the drama because it is very underrated. It is very, very cool. And the actors portray the BTS members characters very, very well as well. Hope for season 2. I also do. I'm hoping for a season 2 because it was a very good show. I really, really liked it. And yes, it's on Daily Motion for anyone interested in watching Begins Youth. 2.5 rating still kills me. Okay, so that is all I have for today, guys. It's almost 3 hours, so I gotta go. But I'm very, very excited because on Friday, technically, is Jungi's discharge, social work discharge. Now, is there going to be some kind of like, is he going to talk to the press? We don't really know. We don't really know if anything like that is going to happen. But of course, we're going to celebrate, just like with the other members, discharge. We're also going to celebrate Jungi's social work discharge. Live? Yes, I'll be doing a live. Now, this is something confusing to me. He will not be live on Friday. So that's my question. It's usually a day before, right? So people are saying, I thought it was on Saturday. So can you guys help me? Because I am not sure. When I search Suga discharge date, it says June 21st. So June 21st, let's say 8 a.m. KST, because they are discharged in the morning. So 2 EST. When I do this, it tells me that it's on a Friday at 8 p.m. for me here on the West. It's Friday evening for Bora. Exactly. Thank you so much, because this was just so confusing. Bora, that's Friday evening for us. Thank you, because people have been telling me here on the chat, no, it's Saturday, it's Saturday. And it's like, for me, it's a Friday. So I am correct. So I can do the live on Friday. So we're going to do that. I'm going to be live here with my sister on Friday celebrating Suga. So thank you so much for being here. And I'll see you guys on Friday. In 2 days and 3 hours, exactly. Okay, bye guys. Thank you so much. And I'll see you on Friday.